Hi and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. My name is Nikki Kirk and I am out in one of my favorite places to boondock, which is dry camping. We don't have any hookups, Arizona. We are out with the saguaro cactuses, which I just learned how to say. I've been saying it saguaro. It's saguaro. Anyways, it is beautiful and hopefully you can see a couple of them behind me. I tried to move it into place, but the sunrises and the sunsets are insane out here. The colors are always so beautiful, so I really love being here. And fun fact, I was beginning to think these cactuses didn't actually exist because we had been around a while before we ever came here, and I was like, they are only in cartoons. I only ever see them in cartoons. I've never seen one. And then when we saw them, I was just amazed, and it makes me happy just seeing them. So anyways. So today I'm just going to do a video answering some of your questions, talking about IP alerts, IP complaints, and show you a little tour of my RV office. I'm just going to jump right in. So the first question is from Josiah. He asks, when you say we, do you travel with a companion? So yes, I've been traveling ever since I took off in an RV with my best friend Damien, and so we travel together. And then my parents actually retired end of 2020, and so now they're actually here with us. They've been traveling with us almost since they retired, actually, except for when we were at their house renovating the RV. So we've actually been with them a long time now. Hi, Mom. So anyways, yes, I travel with my best friend Damien. He drives the RV. I've never actually driven the RV. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Angie asked if I've ever done any reselling on eBay, and no, I have never actually done any reselling on eBay, not a single thing. I've bought one thing or two things on eBay, like a long time ago. I bought some Beatles albums on eBay, but other than that, I have never done anything with eBay. I don't totally understand it, so I've never really done it. It's funny because a lot of people do eBay and they don't understand Amazon, so it's interesting that it goes both ways, right? So I understand Amazon, but I don't have a clue about eBay. There's a lot of people who know eBay and don't have a clue about Amazon. And I'm sure for either one of us, it's easy to learn, it's easy to just jump into it, but what you don't know, you don't know. So that does make it a little bit difficult, but I've never done eBay. I won't say that I'll never learn it, but at this moment, I don't really have a desire to learn it, but a lot of sellers do all of them. So if you want to broaden your scope, you know, there's no gated stuff on eBay. You can sell whatever you want, really. My understanding anyways, I might be wrong, but yeah. Next question was really kind of a comment from Steve, which was that it seems like a lot of work for little profit to start selling in the restricted categories, which is absolutely true. It is not a profit driving. You're not going to probably see any real return in the getting ungated part of it, but what it does is it opens it up to so many other profitable categories that you can now sell and products that you can go source at retail arbitrage, which is why it's so important to get ungated. But it is a lot of work because you're going to have to place your order, you're going to have to get the invoice and submit it to Amazon, sometimes lots of times to get approved. But the payoff is after you're approved and you go out sourcing again and you find all those products. That's where the payoff comes. So you should not look at it as I'm trying to buy a product which is going to ungate me and make a profit. That's not how it works. You should really look at it as I'm spending this money to get ungated, which is a business expense, tax write-off, and it's going to ungate me so that I can make a profit over here where I buy these things at retail arbitrage for cheaper. So it's not all that much work, honestly, but I mean, it is extra work that you're going to have to do if you do want to get ungated. As always, I have my ungating guides. The links are below, and they're new seller friendly, so you can check them out if you want to. But I would agree that it could seem like it's a lot of work, but the return comes after you're ungated. So I hope that's helpful. So Guadalupe asked if I would make a video about the worst brands items I bought because she would like to, you know, not have IP complaints. So here is the whole IP complaint issue. There are software out there that you can use. There's some free and paid. I use IP Alert, which is a Chrome extension. They gave me a discount code of 30%. It's linked below if you want to check it out. But it pops up when you're on the Amazon selling page, like as an alarm bell. So there's 1, 2, and 3 alarm bells. So they pop up and let you know if that brand is known to have IP alerts. So now here's the thing with IP in general. So it seems to me like there is a lot more going on, but I have no idea if that is just now that I am surrounded with other sellers and so I'm hearing about it more, or if there's actually a lot more going on. Because for me personally, I've still only had the 3. So I had 2 the first year I started, and then I had Lucetta, whatever it is. Do not buy this brand. Here's what it looks like. Don't buy it. I had that one last year, which was a pain to get rid of, but I did end up getting rid of it with receipts. So I know that that's another thing that has been going around that people are saying receipts don't work. I don't know, because they work for me and they're working for other people. So it may be that, I mean, sometimes you have to go to Amazon quite a few times back and forth saying the exact same thing with the same receipt until they finally accept it. But I always say just keep going until they accept it, because they do take your receipts. So, I mean, it's kind of hard. So I know there's different ways, people say different things. You got to do what's best for your business, but for me, the receipts still work. But anyways, Lucetta was the worst one, or the most recent one, and they are literally, everyone who lists on it is getting one. So if you have it listed, take your listing down, ask for it back from Amazon, do the removal order. I just did a video on that. It's the last video if you want to know how to do a removal order, but get rid of that product. The other one is also from TJ Maxx, is Argon Magic. They have like shampoos and stuff. I sold that my first year and got an IP complaint from them. The other two that are going around right now that I've known of from people who've gotten them in the group is Australian Gold, the suntan stuff, and Discovery Kids Toys. So they have a lot of different brands under that, and I think they've been selling them at Ollie's and stuff. So those are two to watch out for. So again, if you want the IP Alert Chrome extension, the link is below. You can check it out. They have a new lifetime access one, or you can do it for the year, whatever is best for your business. Okay, the next question is from Joanne. She says, why is Amazon wanting to do a video chat with me to verify my identity? I've already done it. It's so frustrating. So I'm not sure if she's already established as a seller and they're asking to do it again, but I do know that they've been asking some sellers to re-establish their address. Like they send them a postcard, even though they've already been selling. Typically, this is just something that happens when you sign up for an account, a new seller. And I don't know why if they're asking you randomly after you've already done it, I'm not sure, but the video chat from my understanding is super fast and simple. It's like 10 to 15 minutes if you have all your stuff. If you're a new seller setting up an account, all it is they'll ask you to hold up your bank statement and your ID next to your face to prove that you are who you are. And so it's pretty straightforward, so it might be annoying, and I'm sorry. Leon asked, do you have any special techniques when you're packaging your products to ship to Amazon, like shipping liquids, beauty items, glass, etc.? I don't really ship glass just because you'd have to bubble wrap it and everything needs to withstand a 3-foot fall. And I'm pretty lazy, so obviously if you're going to buy something like that, you have to do all the prep, which is added cost and time. And so I don't do it, but I mean, for liquids and stuff like that, if it's like a beauty item, I just polybag it. They're already packaged pretty good. Things like chips I don't sell because, again, it would need some kind of extra box or something so that it wouldn't get crushed. And again, lazy, I don't want to take the time to do that. That said, there's probably great profit because there's people like me who don't want to do it. So if you do want to take that extra step, then it might be worth it. I have a few different packaging videos that I've done, so I'll try and link one of them here for you. But in general, I mean, glass needs to be bubble wrapped because everything has to withstand a 3-foot drop test on all sides. So if you have things like cans or like a few different glass items that are selling as a multi-set, then you can box it and bubble wrap it, and that is probably helpful. So if you are gonna have to bubble wrap something, I just bubble wrap it and then I polybag it and then I put the label on it. Dion asked, I would like to see an ungating video for Nike. While I don't have a video, I do have a guide that's coming out pretty soon here if it's not already, so check it out below. You could pre-order it or order it depending on when this video comes out, but it's gonna have Nike, Adidas Original, Hurley, all of those kind of big premium brands on how to get ungated. So check that out if you want to. It is only US because the supplier only sends to the US, so I'm sorry all the other countries, but if you are in the US and you want to get ungated, you can check that out below. Helen asked, a day in the life video would be awesome. Actually, my sourcing videos, all of them are like, that's a whole day. The only thing I'm not showing really is when I get home and crack open the bottle of wine after a long day. So all my sourcing videos are actually a day in the life, but I do want to do a video besides, my travel vlogs, which are kind of a week or something, like all the highlights of it. I am going to try and do a video of like what I actually do all day when I'm not sourcing. But in general, the sourcing videos are all, that's a day. That's my whole day sourcing. Okay, so Evan asked, how many hours a month do you work to live the lifestyle you want to? Could you make more if you wanted to? So I think I've gone over this a couple times, but I'm just gonna answer it here anyway. So I do this part-time. I've been selling on Amazon part-time since I started in August of 2017. And so I make what I need to make for me, who lives with a roommate and pays, I have debt and stuff too that I have to pay. I have to pay the truck and the RV payment and all that kind of stuff, and campgrounds and gas or diesel and all that. I make enough profit to pay my bills and save money. So there's that. And absolutely, I could work more often and make more money if I wanted to. I just don't want to. So there's people who do this full time and they work, 4 or 5 days a week. I work 2 days a week, sometimes 3 days a week, depending on how long the packing up of the shipment takes. As a ballpark, I would say I make, from $2,000 to $5,000, $6,000 a month, depending on what month it is, because obviously in Q4, and so it's like from October, November, December, January, I'm making the higher end of that per month, and then typically it's like $2,000 to $3,000 a month profit. Again, doing 1 sourcing a week, so 4 sourcings a month. I don't think that you have to make all that much. It doesn't seem like a whole lot of money. I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's not like insane amount of money, and I'm able to travel full time. But again, it's just me. I'm a single person and living with a roommate. And absolutely, the more you work with Amazon selling, the more you can make. You have to have the capital, obviously, to invest into more inventory, but the more I sourced, the more I could make, 100%. That's probably why Q4 is better. In general, people are buying more, but also I source more because it's so much fun selling at that time of period. So Angeline said she would love to see a beginner class, and I think I mentioned this already, but my beginner FBA Amazon's training course is out now. You can grab the link below to sign up for the course. It is over 4 hours of training. There's no fluff. If you know my videos, there's like no fluff. I'm just telling you how it is. So it's how to get started on Amazon from no account all the way to how to do your accounting and run business reports and all of that. So everything in between. It covers retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, FBA, and FBM. Not only is it the closest thing to one-on-one training that I have or will offer, but it's a whole community of sellers like you who are getting started, as well as sellers who have been doing it for a while or in there answering questions. I get the alerts right on my phone whenever you ask a question, so I'm there answering it. But yeah, it's a great little community, and it's just now getting started, so it's small and there's a lot more, one-on-one going on. So anyways, it's available if you want to sign up. Again, it's Beginner FBA Amazon Training Course, and the link is below. Robin asked, how do you stay encouraged early on? I'm selling once or twice a week, FBA and FBM. My first big FBA shipment is still waiting to get checked in. So when I started, it was other people sharing in groups their successes and just answering questions and being really helpful. That really encouraged me, which is why I created those same groups to help sellers, because it's really hard when you're starting and you don't know what to sell or what you could sell, or things happen, or you just have a simple question of like, where do you go in Amazon to do this? There was a seller who was doing $10,000 his first month, and I was like, holy cow, I want to do that. There's different things that go into it, so I didn't project myself onto that, like, why aren't I doing that good? It was more as looking at it as an encouragement, because if he can do that, so can I. You have to keep an account, like, it can get twisted, right? If you're looking at that thinking you should be doing better. So you have to keep the perspective of, I source part-time. You maybe don't have the capital to invest in someone. You don't know how much they're investing to get that money. So it can be a double-edged sword, but in general, I always look to other sellers as encouraging and encouragement. Like, if they can do it, so can I. And so that's just my perspective. So definitely being in groups with other sellers is helpful. If you're in Facebook groups, just be careful which ones you're in, because some of them are kind of not so nice, but I'm proud to say mine are real nice. The main thing though is you have to just keep going. It does work and it will work, but you have to keep going. So don't get down. You can have bad days. You can have days where you want to yell at Amazon or a customer. I know I do. It can be really frustrating, but if you just keep going, it is a lot of fun and it does pay off. So just, if you need encouragement and you're in any of my groups, please just post. Post that you're annoyed. Post what's going on. Just vent if you have to, because it's all welcome and we are there to encourage you. Natasha asked, do I find a lot of toys when I'm sourcing in Ollie's? I scan at the one nearest my area and I've never had any luck. So it comes and goes. I wouldn't say I find a lot year round, but obviously they have more during Q4. I mean, like, it could take me half a day just scanning all the toys they have. There's days where I go into Ollie's and I don't get a single toy. So it's not all the time, and some Ollie's are better than other Ollie's, just like some grocery outlets are better than other grocery outlets. So I do find some toys, but sometimes I don't find them at all. I don't think I sent in a toy from the last Ollie's I was at last week, so sometimes they're just not any good ones, or they've been picked over. And finally, Amelia asked for more RV Amazon FBA content, small space storage, etc. I also live in an RV and do FBA, which is awesome. Congrats, Amelia. And so now I'm going to take you on a little tour of my RV office. So let's head over to the RV and check it out. Okay, so here is my office workspace. So it's a newer desk that I just had made, and I have it so it goes all the way along so that the cat can lay on it. So, but when I'm working, I literally will just drop all my bags right on the ground here, and then I will scan everything in, and then I use the extra space on the desk now to just line up everything, the beauty items and all that that needs labels. So that is my desk space where I work. And now I'm going to show you the small cabinet that I use to store all my supplies. So let's head over here. So this tiny cabinet is where I have all of my supplies, my poly bags, labels, everything is in here. I'm going to open it because this is literally how it looks. I didn't clean it up or anything, and so stuff might fall out. So, see what I mean? So I also have my plant in here. My scanner's in there, everything is in there. It's a total mess, but it doesn't take a lot of supplies to sell, so there is that. Yeah, so I got my packing tape, bubble wrap, the clear stickers, suffocation warning, all the poly bags and the scale. My receipts are in this receipt file folder thingy there. Yeah. So this is almost all the supplies that I need for packing, but I do have one more outdoor storage space where I'll show you where I keep my boxes and stuff. Okay, so this right here is where I keep all my boxes, and I got my craft paper for scrunching up in the shipping box. You know, where you crinkle it up and make sure it's all padded. So I've got that roll. So this tub here holds all of my like extra paper shopping bags, bubble wrap, all that kind of stuff. This tub has all of my, I don't know if you can see it, padded envelopes and everything for FBM. And then back there I've got whatever little boxes I have left. So I've got a couple Walmart boxes, but in general I just go get all my Walmart boxes the day I'm shipping everything out. So anything extra I hold in there, but yeah, that's all the space that it takes. It does not take a lot of space. Obviously, if I had a house with an office, it'd probably be just like enormous, but yeah, for the RV, it's not a whole lot of space and it works out great. So that's all for this video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you back here for another Amazon selling video.